Hey guys, how's it going? ZONED Gaming here. Welcome back to another episode of the Stanley Parable. Now, I had to restart the game entirely due to the fact for some reason one of my files got corrupted in the middle of this. But don't worry guys, you'll be able to see all of the other endings that I have set. I actually did go back and look through the other playthroughs because it's been a while that I've been able to play this. And I'm sorry for that reason. I have been basically involved in a lot of things that I've been unable to record for those purposes. I'm going to try to be posting at least one video every single day, if not two. So be on the lookout for other content that I've done if you're interested in seeing those. And if you're interested in seeing this really interesting puzzle game, let's get to it. So I've also looked up some other alternate endings that I haven't gone through. Let's see, went through the pod crash ending. There's a bunch of them that I basically need to go through. So with that being said, let's get underway.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
Alright, so for one thing, really quickly, extras. Alright, so the achievements are enabled. So, with that being said...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
The trace of my co-workers? Oh no! Okay, so there's an ending that's actually right here, but it's extremely difficult to get to. So I want to try to get up to here and see if I can't do it. I don't. Yeah. What? Controls. Work with me here. Work with me. Ah! Work. With me? Okay. Okay. Alright. Yep. Now, there's like a certain area here that you basically are like, you have to be able to just go around this board. Let's see here. Which one was that? Yeah, alright. So like that, yeah. So you basically, it's kind of like, if you were playing Minecraft and you like press like shift, it's basically kind of like that. You basically kind of just say, kind of shift and it kind of just controls the glides over you, so you won't fall in that area. So with that, then you can jump out of this window, which of course you got to do this, but you can jump out the window. You know.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Dagnabbit!
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
You know me so
now
well.
that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we
yes,
take a minute just to drink it all in?
I am. It's
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires.
I can't decide for myself!
Just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Okay.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old, and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way.
Oh no, oh, it's just a big box. I can't actually leave. Wait.
Which is why he is in this parable, and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong, and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
Oh my gosh. Yes! Ah, bravo, buddy! Ah! Alright, yeah. Does it just keep looping? It just keeps looping, doesn't it? I'm gonna let it loop one more time, just to get the really good feeling. Wait, that's different. That was different. Okay, yep. Again. Alright, so there's an alternate ending where if you press no. So I'm gonna go do that too.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I pressed control way too soon. I pressed control, but then I ran way too far away to the side. So, get up there! Okay. Now, you see, you gotta press control. Be very daisy about it. And then go down. Alright. So it's the same thing, but I'll be right back when it gets to the
Stanley
option.
assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Alright, I'm back now, and now we're going to choose the no option instead of the yes option.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different?
I don't know.
Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer?
Yeah.
Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Now, think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option?
Yeah!
This whole gag takes some time.
Let's do that, guys!
The other option is even
We're gonna
longer.
do that!
How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh,
I don't
and
know.
this is Rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one.
Yeah,
So,
I did actually.
What do you think? Which choice was the better one?
The
Imagine
one
if
on the
you had
left.
selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed,
Well,
you
I
are
guess
one of
I'm
the
pretty
lucky
good at
ones.
this.
Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact,
It's not
I'm
really
just going to
miserable.
say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
Oh,
Well
I
now,
see.
I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, so that's the no option. Not as fun as the yes option, but I'll take it. Alright, so there's another option. Maybe following what he says. I'm going to follow what he says. I didn't look up all the game endings. I only looked up a couple of them, and actually that was really the only one I did. So with that being said, the rest of it's an exploration.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing? No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Is there an achievement for turning off all the computers? I don't know. Let's see here. No, just, this door closes. Yeah, thrust into that wall. Thrust into the wall! Look! Anyway. Let's see here. Turn off that computer. Awaiting input. What input is awaiting? Oh, input received. Okay. 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 So, let's see here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know what? I'm gonna follow what he says this time. I'm gonna see what he says do the entire thing and basically be like, yo. Alright, so let's see here.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Do not alter
Feeling a
without
wave
conserving
of disbelief,
whiteboard manager.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
There is a lot going on this schedule. Oh wait, it's the monthly schedule. Okay. Let's see here. Can I get on the I want to get on the table. Let me get on the table! The table! Let me get on the table! I want on the table! Get me on the table! Get me under the table! No, the table doesn't want to seem to cooperate with me. Everyone is you most of all. This is positive thoughts. Number of slides of the slide chart slides. Oh, okay. How does that? That doesn't make any sense. The broom closet, you're back!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Fine. Let's see, which one do I go?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, so we're going upstairs to the boss's office. That's not the boss's office, I guess. This is the boss's office. Right here. Boxes. I want to go to the executive bathroom. Maybe my boss isn't here. Maybe he's taking a big poopy. Nope, not there. Right there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
No!
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
Dark secret?
What he
All
could
it
not
is
have
just that
known
nobody...
was that
Maybe
the
they all
keypad
went out to
behind the
Quiznos
boss's
and
desk
they just
guarded
didn't like
the
me because I
terrible
was the smelly
truth
one out.
that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
2845.
2845. Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Yeah, I couldn't have possibly have known this, so I'm stuck here. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. 2845. Let me think here. There could be so many. 4274?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
3692. Stanley
simply began entering random codes into the keypad. 2845.
So 16800. Yeah, 648. No, that's not working. 2189. It's still not working, guys. I'm sorry.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself.
I knew,
and
I
Stanley
did
got
it!
the hell along
I
with
did
the
it!
story.
I
Well,
did it!
what did do?
I did it, guys! Woohoo! I'm very smart. Oh. It's gay. Hey, look. Down arrow. You can't contain me. Oh. I guess you can. Rest in peace, my son. Let's see here.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Yeah!
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred
What the fuck was my job?
This
The
question
job!
would not go
My
unanswered for
job!
long.
Okay. So...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind control... There's an escape here. Mind control facility or escape? Escape. S-K-P. Escape. 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 I'm gonna go to escape. I'm escaping.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
My violent death? Well, the narrator's never wrong, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back. I'll go through the escape ending another time, I suppose.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Yeah, I had too much to live for. Mind control facility, yeah! How could this possibly go wrong? Can't see anything. Is this a light?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
I don't know!
To find out.
I guess I do. Did you close the door? Yep, you closed the door, so I mean, wait a minute, can I go back in? Oh, no, I can't. I want to turn it off. Well, I'm stuck in this paradox now, so let's just go with my decisions. Another light?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh my. What does this do?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't
Fired.
be true.
As the guy up there was fired, 104.
Was this the only reason
I wonder
he
if
was
he's
happy with his
significant
boring
to
job?
the story.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
So, employee
No.
104 is
He
fired.
refused to believe it. He
601.
couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Utterly blind!
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Yep.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over
No.
another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
System power. Off. On. Guys, I've never been so sure about anything in my life. There's one thing that I don't believe in. It's free will!
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is
Oh my gosh!
a little more fun, isn't
Oh!
it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star.
Okay,
It's
I'm actually
your
shaking up.
story now.
There's gotta be
Take it
something
to
that I
your
can do here.
heart's desires.
Okay.
Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little
Wait.
time left to enjoy it.
No!
Moments until the bomb
Okay,
goes off.
okay.
But what
One.
precious moments each one of them is. More time
there's
to
buttons.
talk about you.
Number 2,
about me.
let's
Where
see.
we going?
There's
What all this
there's,
means.
There's
I
a 4.
barely know
I
where
think.
to start.
Where's the 3?
What's that?
Where's the 3?
You'd like to know where your co-workers
Yeah,
are.
where's the 3?
A moment of solace
Yeah.
before you're obliterated.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna
That's
die anyway.
4.
I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
That's
I
2.
erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course,
Yeah.
that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever,
3.
pushing buttons endlessly and then dying
let's see here.
alone. Other
3.
times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have
Oh
to
my
say
gosh.
this, though. This version of events
4.
has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make
50
sense of
seconds!
everything and take back the control wrested away from you.
Alright, there's gotta be something I gotta do. Come on, come on. Alright, there's a 5 over there. Maybe if I press the 5.
Sure, whatever
Let's see.
I come up with on the next go around
5.
will be even better.
Come on,
My
5.
goodness, only 34 seconds
5
left.
seconds.
But I'm enjoying
5.
this so much.
Oh my gosh.
You know what?
Okay.
To hell with
5.
it. I'm going to put some extra time on the
5
clock.
o'clock.
Why not?
Okay.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Okay. Something tells me that there is a way to get out of this.
Is it that you have no idea
But
where you're
I don't know
going
the
or
way.
what you're supposed to be
I don't
doing
know.
right now?
I mean, I pressed 5
Or
buttons.
did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning
Wait
it
a minute.
off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
Okay.
These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything,
Red.
anything. Something here will
Red.
save me. Why would you think
Red.
that, Stanley? That this
Red.
video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea
Wait.
what your purpose in this place is?
I did something. Orange, red,
Stanley,
green.
you're in for quite a
blue.
disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you.
Does it?
That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
Ah!
You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you
Area will
every
not
moment
access.
that you're powerless. To see
Dang-
you
dang
made
it.
humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world,
Yeah.
that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Goodbye in 40.
Take a look at the
40,
clock,
427.
Stanley. That's 30
No.
seconds you
Dang
have
it.
left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending.
Wow.
Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully?
What?
Another choice. Make it count.
Love.
Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of
please.
the joke.
Please.
And believe me, I will
Please.
be laughing at every second
Ah!
of your inevitable
No!
life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Ah! I'm alive. It was all a hoax. That was an intense ending. Okay, so I think there is a way to get out of that. I need to look up maybe a walkthrough of it just to see. If there is, I will show it to you guys. But I hope you all enjoyed the episodes. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more Stanley Parable, feel free to give a like and let me know. And as always, stay saucy. Yeah? Alright. Quick. Boom.
No, I'm still not feeling
What?
that. I want this achievement to have meant something.
100
It has to be
clicks?
a true reward for
100
valiant
clicks.
effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley.
Oh.
I want to see commitment. A